Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180! 12, fellas, here we go.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Here we go.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Check. No.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Here we go. 20! Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. There's Garoppolo to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1 in the 2018 season.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley, takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Goff on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put him through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super tough.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Garoppolo now. Buying time to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Hey, Foxtrot. Pick it up. 26, 11. 26, Mike, 26.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. To throw is Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here we go. Like 80. Check 41. Let's go, D.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Charlie! I got
Garoppolo completes it to Coleman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A gain of 13 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go, 50, Mike 50.
On first down, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Rams on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. D Ford in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. John Johnson, one of the leading tacklers from the safety position in the NFL, there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. But he's into the clear. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Might go. 180. Get your swerve on. Hey, watch that.
From the gun, here's Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
First down.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now it's gone. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Out of bounds down at the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Bravo. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. You
Gone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and short. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Come on, let's go. Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Hey, Zoo. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
The final shot before break here. Gone. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
41's coming. 41's the money.
They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Sanders. Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Check 41. Here we go, here we go. He's coming. Black! He's coming, double up.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. What do you need?
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Get that ball, Dean. Get that ball. Check 31. Check 31. 12. 41's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Lock.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I remember.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks. And
this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return on this one as that kick's out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Slam. Hey, Shell.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9. Goff, he's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Push him back.
Throwing on third, gone. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Like 20.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there, a host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Call that a 48-yard punt, and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 97 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. This is Breida. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Wait! 1, Omaha. Let's get off the field, D. I got you.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. The 20. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They're going to try and run for it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Move. 3 down, 3 down. I got you.
Now Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
The extra point is good, and on the final play of the game, they walk away with a victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Rams, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I